Hey guys, we're live. So we're going to get a special guest on, Chris from Carnormus. So I understand you've got an Addo 3. How long you had it for now, Chris?
Yeah, I have. Now it's been a year and 7 months. So I've done around 20,000 kilometers. So and I've had absolutely no problems with the car, and I've learned a lot about EVs in that time. So it's my first EV, and as a lot of your viewers or owners of EVs would know, but yeah, it's such a different experience, and I just was so happy with the car that I thought I'd make a YouTube channel and try to tell everyone else how good EVs are. And just don't listen to your friends. Get out there and buy one. You won't regret it.
Yeah, I guess that was my motivation too for starting this channel. Just seeing a lot of misinformation out there and trying to educate people a little bit more and really show what the experience is like, especially with road trips, that kind of stuff. Have you done any good road trips in your Addo?
I've been 2 weeks after I bought the car, I wanted to go to the Gold Coast for Christmas, and so 2 weeks after that, I just went straight to the Gold Coast from Sydney. So that's about 900 kilometers for anyone who doesn't know, and it happened to be when did I leave? I think Boxing Day or something. This is 2022 now, so about a year and a half ago now. But yeah, so I learned a lot there, and I got to Newcastle. I passed the service station. It was full of cars, and I thought, Jesus, I'm not buying gas. But I got caught because the charger I stopped at was just a single charger. It was an NRMA at the time, and they were free. So I managed to get all the way to the Gold Coast, and it cost me about $15 for 900. So because I use mostly NRMA chargers, and at the time they were free. But the first charger I stopped at is I've forgotten the name of it now, but yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't the only person wanting to get free charging, and so I had to wait there was 2 cars in front of me. I had to wait 2 hours to charge. And so unfortunately, but that's the only time I've ever had to wait a long time for charging. So, and then from then on in, for the next 3 stops I did, I didn't have to wait. I just drove straight into the chargers, and this was the busiest time of the year. So, yeah, I'm not sure what it's like now, but yeah, I have been caught before though. So I went to Berrima on Easter, I think it was, and the same NRMA charger. This was last year, and I had a driver who wanted to charge his car to 100%, and so I had to wait nearly it must have been 45 minutes or so. Man, those Teslas, they charge slow from 80% onwards, I gotta tell you. So since then I've been a bit put off with road trips, but yeah, I do a few, but not too far from home now. What about yourself?
Yeah, that's poor form. Certainly, don't be that guy if you're going to be charging at a supercharger. Don't be charging to 100%. So before I bought the Tesla, my sort of test was a trip from Canberra to Brisbane and back. So I hired a Tesla, did that trip. Then just after I bought it, I did the trip from Canberra down to Melbourne, across to Adelaide to the Barossa, and then back to Canberra again. So yeah, I've got another trip to Brisbane coming up as well soon. So I do end up doing quite a few road trips a year.
So tell me, as a Tesla driver, would you prefer to use the Tesla charger, or would you prefer to try and use a non-Tesla branded charger for the cheaper rate? How does that fit with you?
Look, my go-to is a Tesla charger, just because I know that there's going to be a lot of them. So a lot of charging stalls at a site. I'm not going to be relying on 1 or 2. And yeah, I just know what I'm getting. I can see how many are available before I get there, that kind of thing. On the trip to Melbourne, I deliberately did an EV stop just to test it out and got myself an EV card. So yeah, I'm open to trying other chargers, but I will definitely default to the Tesla first.
Yeah, because if you haven't, well, I've never actually used a Tesla charger, so I hear the experience is fantastic, but I can't say the same for some of our oldest chargers that have now gone into bankruptcy. So
Yeah,
had lots of trouble with even now. I still have connection problems with chargers. It could be associated too with the Atto 3. But maybe you should say hello to some of your guests. You're getting a few people drop in.
Sorry, yep. Hey, Zap, how you going? I saw Kev there before. Excellent to see you here. But yeah, the advantage of being able to just plug in, not having to worry about stuffing around with an app or a card or anything like that, and just go away and do your thing is one of the big advantages of the Tesla apps.
Yeah,
yeah, would have got Sensei.
Yeah,
sorry.
It certainly is a lot more difficult if you choose another brand. So let's say, but yeah, I'm now starting to appreciate the simplicity of using Tesla. Like even with BYD now, we don't have we have to use ABRP if we want to go on a long road trip to actually just tell us where to stop or where the chargers are. There's actually no navigation within the car that will actually say, oh, after 300 Ks, here's the charger you should stop at. And I sometimes think, I know that we have the over-the-air updates and stuff, but it's just taking so long before people realize what the benchmark is. I got to say, I'm not really a Tesla fanboy, but yeah, I got to say that we have the benchmark when it comes to EVs. So I admit that one, but I'm just not a fan of sedans, and I'm not a fan of the shape of the Model Y. So that's why I don't.
That's fair.
That's the reason for not buying one, but I do appreciate the software is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's up to everyone's taste, and certainly the very minimalistic look of the Tesla inside and that kind of stuff. I know, so some people don't like that. I personally prefer it, but it's everyone's taste. It's fine.
Yeah.
So for Tesla chargers, you can use version 2 and version 3. Is that right? Or
yeah. So my understanding was correct. Yes, the earlier model Tesla chargers, they're compatible with BYD vehicles, and there's something different about when the charger connects. It has some sort of a handshake problem with my model car, which is the first 18 months of BYD Atto 3s. I think the BYD Dolphin is okay, and the BYD Seal has the same issue, but they do have a fix for that one. But I'm not sure if they're going to actually give it to everyone. But yeah, so yeah, there's a bit of some people aren't very happy about it, and they want to go to the consumer protection and say this is not right. Your car is a CCS car. It's supposed to charge on CCS chargers, and so I'm not sure where it's going to go. Whether there's going to be a recall or whether they're just going to do the squeaky wheels, so to speak, which is our friend Tesla Tom. He's had his the seal. He's had his just some wiring change, just a little wiring, maybe a different resistor or something. I'm not sure exactly what they did, but it seemed quite simple. It's kind of annoying.
So you'd hope it's the same. You'd hope it'd be the same thing with the Atto, and they'll come to you guys as well at some point.
Yeah, one would hope so, but I don't have a lot of confidence in the distributor because we're now owned, or the BYD franchise is pretty big with one of the big car groups. I've forgotten who they are now. Can't think of it now, but yeah, they don't have a lot of customer service. So what they should do is announce it straight away and say, look, we're going to fix your cars and avoid all the people that are going to complain. But it seems only a small minority complains, so maybe they'll only do a small minority, but we don't know yet. It's only been a few weeks, so we'll wait and see what comes of that. But yeah, I'm hoping to. Yeah, so some people are really concerned about it. Me, like I said, I haven't used Tesla chargers before, but I'm not concerned about it. but I do get irritated with having to. Probably you've never experienced this before, but the charger, you have to pull the plug out, plug it back in, start the app, stop the app, and start it again. And even now, like I have Jolt chargers, which I use quite a bit. And even now, I still have those issues. So I don't think it's all to do with the charger. I think it's got something to do with the handshaking with the car as well. So yeah, so there's definitely issues there that Tesla had probably come across and fixed years ago. So, and having your own chargers, of course, you're pretty well guaranteed it's going to work first time every time.
That's right. Yeah. Hi, Susant. Good to have you here. Yeah, see your comment there. I've never had to wait at all yet. Touch wood. I've generally avoided the busiest times, but usually when I've turned up to a Tesla supercharger, there's, out of the 6-12 stalls, whatever it happens to be, I think I've had the most is like 1 or 2 cars there. So there's always been almost the whole site to myself. So I've found that really, really great.
Yeah, it's going to be a big shock for me. If when I go to a store and there's 6 chargers, I'm going to be shocked because I've never seen it.
Yeah, well, Albury is one of my favourite ones. It's got, I think, 15. And both times I've been there, I think I saw one car there once. It was just about to leave when I got there. Yeah. And it's like, try pick one.
Yeah.
While we're talking about chargers, I've got a couple of updates here from the new chargers we've been talking about in the last couple of weeks. So this is Chatswood coming along. We can see the charging stalls getting completed there. Let me just check that one.
Was that the Mix at Chatswood? Mix Shopping Centre? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was. Sensei might be able to, that's his neck of the woods. He might know a bit about that one. Comment in for that one. Whereabouts in Chatswood?
So that one's 9. 9 version 4 superchargers, that one. We've also got a picture here of a brand new one that's just popped up in the last week. And this one's at Griffith Leagues Club. So that's what's under construction.
So all these chargers, are they open for all vehicles? Is that part of the New South Wales government grant? Or you probably...
I'm not certain on this one. Actually, I can check. Give me one sec. So Griffith is going to be open for all vehicles.
Yeah. Because there was a rumor that when Tesla started to close down their supercharging division, there won't be any more chargers going in, but it appears to not be the case.
No, I think that was just a bit of a scaremongering, or however you want to put it. People sort of overreact to these things. But that one, let me just check again the number there. So Griffith is 6 version 4 superchargers and open to all EVs. So we've also had Taree open recently. That one's 12 version 4s open to all EVs.
Yeah, I just wish every other company that installs chargers thinks of a similar path, or goes down the same path as Tesla, where they just opening 2 chargers in that. I can understand it might be good because you can have a charger every 100 kilometers, but I do like the way Tesla do things when it comes to having 6 stalls is, I think, a really clever design.
Yeah, and certainly, especially if you're relying on these chargers and there's only 2 and they aren't as reliable as the Tesla ones are, you only need one of them to go out, and it's a massive queue, or both can go out and you're screwed.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I tend to stick to the Tesla ones.
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of charging, I think since I sent this in, don't be this guy. I understand there's problems there with having access to home charging, all those. This guy looks like he's he could easily put that car in there. I'm sure he's got a driveway or something, but
yeah, I know the rest of this story. Apparently, that lead comes from second-story balcony. So,
oh jeez. Yeah, look, we're battling things as EV owners to start with all the FUD that's out there. Don't give them reasons. At least put a trip, cover on it over it so that people can't trip on it and that kind of thing.
Yeah, because I don't know what the law is at the moment. Sorry. Yeah, I wonder if it would be okay to put a little speed hump over the cable? I don't think it is, but
I think some councils are allowing it.
Yeah.
Some councils are allowing it as long as it's got that that proper mat sort of over the top of it. But yeah, at least they're trying. I mean, just putting it out there like that is pretty bad form. Okay, so another one, and this is a non-Tesla one. We talked about the Westmead Children's Hospital having 75 chargers go in for ChargeFox. We've now got another 20 chargers going into Westmead Hospital itself. So that's very good to see. They're all AC chargers, so slower chargers, but that's fantastic for people working there or visiting there. I think this one's a staff car park. The other one wasn't, but yeah, great to see.
Yeah, I do have a bit of background on that story. I thought it was yeah. So they have 75 chargers there, but apparently they're not. They're only for their own cars. They're not for anyone else. So
okay.
They're building the other 20 but that's purely for their own cars, so no one else can use them. Not even other staff who work at the hospital. If they have an EV, they can't use chargers. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty bizarre, but hopefully that will change.
Interesting. Okay, well at least it's I
think that's the car park of the future. I would love to go to Westfield or somewhere like that and see 75 of these things in a row, and that way you don't have to worry about people icing them anymore. So,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they don't have to be fast chargers. I mean, the AC charging is fine. I mean, just for those sorts of trips and when you're at work and that kind of stuff, it's a great initiative. Got a comment here from Sky Perspective.
Yeah, Ballin is a beautiful place for a holiday. I'm very envious. So
yeah,
not very good for charging apparently.
Another story from last week. We actually talked about. We had Dronas here on stream. He mentioned he'd just been to the service centre there in Adelaide, and that one of the brand new Model 3 performance vehicles had lost a tyre or had a tyre punctured, and was in for a fairly long wait because there was none of those tyres in Australia just yet. Just that vehicle's brand new, obviously. We actually heard from the guy shortly after our stream. This was the culprit. Ran over that little bit of patchwork that hasn't been filled in properly, and that's what damaged his tyre. But he got given a Model 3 Performance loaner, so that was really good. He was really happy with the service he got there. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, it's good to hear good service stories. It gives you confidence in the brands when you hear that sort of treatment of your customers. It makes for return customers.
100%. Yeah. Sorry, I'll get you shortly. Sky Perspective. Let's get another screen up here. I'll show. This is from the Toka WA folks. Shared this little video of the new Conjulip. I think it's pronounced. Probably not, but we'll go with that. supercharging site. And it's great to see they've actually got pull-through stalls there. Obviously, it's an area that a lot of caravans and those sorts of things will be going through. Looks like they got 4 with potentially another one being constructed there. But having that pull-through will be very handy for caravans and the like. Great to see something like that being thought of. Yeah, Bunnings. I know IKEA used to have them. I think they still do, but I think they've now gone to charging for them rather than having them for free. I think they were free at one stage.
Yeah, there is one on the south side of Sydney, Tarrant Point or somewhere like that, at Bunnings, where there is a charge box in the basement. So that's the only one I know of.
Okay. Must have missed something there. I'm not sure. Oh, this is the charging team. Yeah, I think they rehired a percentage of them. They didn't rehire the whole team. There was obviously some issues there with, I believe, the leader of the team wasn't willing to cut heads, so Elon did it for her, and then went and picked who they were going to rehire.
So what's
Sorry?
What's the state of the amount of chargers that are going to be installed in the next year for Tesla? I mean, with the New South, I can only speak for New South Wales. I know they've given Tesla quite a large share of the budget for new chargers, but I think that's the end, isn't it? I think one more year and that's it.
Yeah, look, there's quite a few still going in. I know they've started upgrading a lot of the New South Wales grant ones to version 4 from version 3.
Okay.
We've had, I'm just going to go through some of the other chargers around the world now, but each week we've done our little live stream. We've had a dozen or so new charging sites going in. And some of those are 15 stall sites. So I think they're picking up steam again, which is good to see. So a quick look around here. We've got a 4 stall in Japan. Here's an 8 stall version 4 in Newark. Another 8 stall version 4 in France. A 12 stall in Italy. A little bit different, again, pull-through design, which is good. We've got a 32 stall there in France. It's a nice big site, obviously plenty of renewable power in the area, so I'm guessing the wind turbines might be powering those. Another 8 stall there. I'm not sure where that is. Norway or somewhere maybe, I don't know. 8 stalls in Austria. Another 4 stall in Italy, 12 stall in France at Costco, 8 stall in Norway, another 8 stall in France. So France is certainly getting quite a few in the last week. I think they had a few last time too, another 16 in France there. 12 in UK, version 3s. Got 8 in New York. Another 16 in Norway. That's another interesting design, isn't it?
What's the maximum speed? What's the maximum speed?
Sorry, say again?
What's the maximum speed for the version 4 now?
I think they're 250 kilowatt if the car can handle it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
another 8 stall in Spain. I think that's the last of the last week's ones. Actually, no, we've got more on there. So another one in France. 32 stalls in France again. Jeez. Yeah, we're
living in the wrong country.
Yeah. So that's all in the last week.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the one that is going to help for Adelaide, at least from Sydney to Adelaide, is the Hay supercharger site that's still under construction. Although that was looking pretty close to finish last time I saw a picture of it, and that's a 6-stall version 4. So that one's got to be very close to finish by now. But from Brisbane, yeah, you got to obviously there's a lot more inland route there.
Yeah, I hope to see more cars coming through with the 250 kilowatt charging. There's a new Xpeng G6 coming out, and that's a very fast charger. So it's going to over 200 kilowatt charging. So I'm sure that that could be an interesting car for people who like doing road trips. And apparently, it's about 20 minutes to go from 20 to 80. But I'm sure there's Teslas that are close to that already. What's the quickest Tesla at the moment for charging?
So mine's a slower one. Mine's a rear-wheel drive, so they're short range, and I only get, I think, 125. I think the long ranges can get 150.
Yeah.
Or more. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's more about the future. I mean, we may not be using 250 kilowatts at the moment, but in 2 years' time, that could all change.
Oh, absolutely. And look, most times the car's ready before I am anyway, so I'm not really too worried about the charging speed. It's like
absolutely. Ready. Yeah. My one takes 45 minutes to go from 20 to 80, and I still have to rush to rush my lunch to finish for 45 minutes. So I don't know what these guys are like. You just run into the bathroom and come back out, and then you're ready to go again. So it's almost as good as petrol now if you're getting 20 minutes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and most of mine are around 20 minutes, and that's too fast most times.
Yeah. I tend to slower charges if I know I want to have a lunch break or something like that. Because I don't want to move my car. So
no, that's it. Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of charging speeds, a lot of the Chinese brands are starting to come out with the 800 volt architecture and that kind of stuff, which is great to see. Got a little video here I'll share of one of the
about the car behind me, Jules.
Sorry, say again.
Are you going to ask me about the car behind me?
Well, what do you got there?
That's the new. That's a competitor to the Model Y, and that's a Sea Lion 7.
Oh, okay, yes.
EV. So there's been no announcement of when this is coming out, but we're hoping to 2025 they'll have a competitor for the Model Y, because we don't want to see all Teslas on the road. We want to see some different ones. So.
No, it's fantastic to see different designs and different vehicles coming out here. I think there's quite a few from China that will start popping up. This is one here that I sort of found was interesting, especially for the large people mover type, and it's really luxurious in the back there. It's pretty impressive. I'll play the video here. This is from Huawei.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The phone maker.
Yeah.
Their new people mover.
I think that was the side step comes down from the looks of that one, automatically drops. Yeah, I don't know if in Australia we have a market for these cars, but there's certainly for an airport transfer or something like that, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, large families, that kind of stuff. It's just great to see more options out there, and this is pretty cool. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
A long trip.
I think it is. Yeah.
Lie back, watch your movies, darken the screen, darken the whole back area, and let the driver do all the work. Yeah, so I just like to see different designs and different options coming out. So I really have problems pronouncing this, Huawei. Ato M9, it's called.
Yeah,
So,
we also have another one that's quite similar. It's the Zeekr 009. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's a very similar one, and it goes around the track like nothing else. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, we had Riz on last week with after his trip to China and going around the tracks in those Zeekrs. Question there for you, Chris.
Question for me. Okay, which three battery EVs, non-hybrids, would you recommend the average Australian buy for themselves? See, if we don't talk Teslas, but I was hoping that a lot of the other car manufacturers would be able to stick it to Tesla, but it doesn't seem they can do it. So with Tesla dropping the prices, the Model 3 is a great deal, and the Model Y is just a fantastic deal as well. And so on price, if you need that, I'd be putting those two at the top of my list. And then I'd be going for something. I'd be looking at. There's a lot of people that want to buy. I like my Atto 3. I have no issues with it. If you're into the medium or small SUV, I definitely recommend that car, because that's about $10,000 cheaper than the Model Y still. So that's a good deal. And then you got. I've seen some fantastic deals for the Aura, the little good cat, and that's like $35,000, $40,000 now. So that's really starting to hit the spot where people. It's basically same as an ICE car in price. So why would you not? After you drive an EV and you drive an ICE car, I'd be very surprised if someone will pick the ICE car. I just don't see any reason why you would choose, if it's on price parity. I don't see any reason why you would choose the ICE car. But I try to tell my friends this, but they don't all listen to me. So, but there's people out there.
A lot of going for the hybrids these days too, which unfortunately is really the worst of both worlds. But I guess they see it as it's a bit of a hedge. It gets over that rage anxiety and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because the crazy thing is the numbers for hybrids stack up. So at the moment now, we might get to 20% people buying EVs, but there's still 80% of people that don't buy EVs. And those people that don't buy EVs, they're going to transfer to hybrids. So you're going to see a big increase in hybrids coming through, where the market for EVs is slowly increasing. But I just can't understand why 80% of people don't choose EVs.
Yeah, there's just the amount of misinformation you hear out there is just ridiculous. I mean, unfortunately, the legacy autos and the big oil and whoever else is trying to push their agendas are doing a really good job of getting that misinformation out there, and people don't understand just how good they are, and that they don't catch on fire every second day, and all the rest of the silly crap they go on with. The people movers, I definitely think the Kias and some of these other ones coming in from China are very interesting. There's certainly a lot of people that have large families and that kind of stuff that need them.
I've also noticed a lot of commercial vehicles are in Sydney, at least. I'm starting to see more commercial vehicles on the road that are EVs, and it really stacks up for these guys. I mean, they're predicting that EV is going to last 3 times longer than a petrol ICE internal combustion van. And so when you count the costings into that, and plus the fuel is so much cheaper, the servicing is so much cheaper, it's such a win for anybody who's using those white vans to change to EV. It's just that's going to be the next wave to hit. They're going to be everywhere soon.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, police vehicles are the other great use case, because they sit around idling all the time. And I've just seen some numbers recently. I don't have them on me at the moment, but the amount the police departments that are switching to EV are saving is just ridiculous, because not only are they burning fuel all the time, but the engines apparently don't last that long because they're sitting there idling, which is not great for an engine, whereas the EV loves it. So a couple of examples here of some police vehicles that have been converted. It's a Model 3, obviously, brand new Model 3. So it's an undercover one. And we've got a... Oh. Sorry, just give me one sec. And a very mean-looking Cybertruck there, converted over to a police vehicle.
Do you want me to take one question, Jules? Would you recommend people buy an MG4 version 51? Version 64?
I don't know that much about the MG4s. I did watch something on them today, but I really don't know enough about them, to be honest, to comment. I don't know if you've got any more experience.
Well, I know that the base model one, I think that's the 51, that has the LFP battery. And the 64 one, I'm pretty sure that's the MCM. So what people have got to be wary of, that they do recommend that you only charge to 80% on the nickel and nickel cobalt manganese batteries, which is the 64 one. So if you look at it from a range perspective, it's really such a good deal just to charge to 100% all the time and not have to worry. So the MG4, the base model there, that's hard to beat. That's a good car. With any EV now, the best thing to do is just to go and drive it and see which one you like the best, because they're so close now. It's more about the price and what works for you. So I prefer sort of SUV type vehicles. I don't like jumping in and out of sedans too much. And I had a deposit on the Seal, but after jumping in and out of it 5 or 6 times, I thought, no, I can't do it. So I'm 6'4", so it's not comfortable for me to do that. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
No, I preferred the LFP myself, just because of the longevity seems to be better and that kind of stuff. I don't think there's much in it, to be honest. And even the charging to 80%, I don't think it's that drastic if you don't. But with the NMCs, but I think my main reason is most of my driving is just around Canberra. I can go for a week without charging, so I generally charge once a week. So if I had a long range, it's just carrying the extra weight for no reason. Even though I do a couple of trips a year at least that are Canberra to Brisbane type trips, or Canberra to Adelaide now, and that kind of stuff. So. Even with those long trips, the standard range was just more than enough for me. So there's certainly advantages.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, we get similar range out of our cars, probably 300 to 400 kilometers on one charge, and the average person only drives like 40 kilometers a day. So I'm the same as you. I don't drive more than 40 kilometers. I drive around 40 kilometers a day. So I can go a week easy without charging. So I just have to charge one day out of the week. So and I think most people are in the same situation as us.
So if you're carrying around that extra weight, it's just less efficiency, and it's just there's no point really. But there's definitely advantages both ways. Yeah,
because my car's 1750. And then they've with the 60 kilowatt hour battery, and then they go another, and then if you want to get the Seal with the long range battery, which is now around 80 kilowatts, they're over 2 tons. So I think the battery only accounts for like 150 kilos extra, but it's 150 kilos you don't need to carry around. And I think 60 is a pretty good sweet spot when it comes to size of batteries.
Now, does the Atto have vehicle to load or anything like that?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I can. Yeah, I had done a little video where I've gone for a little picnic, and I pulled out my kettle and my Jaffle maker, and I plug it into the car, and boil a kettle, make myself a Jaff sandwich maker. Yeah, it's a good little trick. And
Excellent.
yeah, so and also you're going to in the future you're going to be seeing a lot of home batteries coming in. So as the prices come down, and with the cars now, you can actually plug your car into the home battery, and instead of having 10 kilowatts sitting on the side of your house, you got 10 plus 60. So
Exactly.
could be interesting.
I'm very keen for that. Yeah, I've got Powerwalls here, which are fantastic, but they're only 10 kilowatts each, 10 to 13 kilowatts each. So I've got two of those, but the car is just a massive battery that can be really useful.
Yeah, we had a little with the BYD crowd. We had a little laugh about cars and Tesla Powerwalls, and said if we get a 80 kilowatt hour seal, which is $60,000, or do we get four $13,000 Powerwalls? Which one would you choose?
Exactly. Yeah. Question there for you, Chris, from Sensei.
Oh yeah. Are you selling your current Atto 3 and buying a C-Line 7 when they arrive in Australia? Ooh, I don't know if they're going to be here in November 24, but well, the Xpeng is going to be here in November 24, and yeah, I think the fringe benefits tax running out next year, so I did want to trade up before then. But yeah, the Xpeng G6 is looking pretty good. So no one knows when the seal's coming to Australia, so it may not be until mid next year. There's been no announcement, so you can't assume that one's even going to be here. But yeah, November 24, that'd be nice if it was here then. I would definitely have the Xpeng G6, the Model Y, and the C-Line 7 to choose from. That'd be really good.
So Sensei is saying BYD confirmed C-Line 7 November.
Ooh, wow.
Interesting.
Well, that's good because they're going to have that one in November, and I think December is the Xpeng G6 will be here. So that'll be 2 extra competitors for the Model Y. So yeah, exciting times in the car in the battery EV world. I reckon it's going to
just having more choices out there. Just the more choices there are, the more chances someone will pick an EV rather than if they've only got the choice of Tesla or BYD, then there's not much to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you do want a large SUV, you can. Model Y is just pretty much got the market to itself at the moment, which is not fair, I reckon. So
yeah, no, it's good to see other options out there. Little stats that popped up during the week: the monthly EV sales in Australia. Again, we're seeing. I don't see that as drop off. It's definitely those numbers seem to be getting better and better.
Yeah, look, the only thing that's going to affect EV sales will be if their fringe benefit tax goes off. So, but we've had all the incentives in the past where we got $6,000 off our cars here in New South Wales, and Queensland still have that. So that's a really good incentive. So did you manage to buy your one in Queensland or Canberra, Jules?
No, mine was in Canberra, so there was no financial incentive except for a slightly cheaper registration, and I also did the novated lease, so the fringe benefit tax definitely does help a bit.
Yeah,
but I would have bought it anyway. I mean, it's just the financials. Once you sit down and work them out, there's no comparison.
Yeah, because now there's some of the early Model Ys are if they were under the 2-year lease, are they just about due to go off lease now? I think there's a lot coming on the market secondhand, which will be good for people who want to buy secondhand EVs.
It's interesting. We saw a report come through the media again that I think was pretty dodgy, saying that I think it was close to 50% of EV owners want to go back to ICE. I found that pretty amusing, just knowing the people are, dozens of people who've gone to EV and will never go back. But apparently the survey was excluded Tesla owners for some reason, and a bunch of other things that obviously skewed it quite a bit. But Fully Charged did their own survey, and 93% would not switch back to ICE. So I think that's probably more accurate myself, going by what I see around the place. I don't know about you, Chris, but I don't see many people wanting to go back to ICE.
Yeah, look, who would it's the complications that are involved in running those gearboxes and engines. Unless you're going to flick the car in 3 years' time, you really don't want to hang on to those cars because they're just going to fall apart. And so, so some of the studies I've seen is that EVs will last 3 times longer than a petrol car. So really, if you put that into a financial, you don't have to change your cars that often. So for the financial point of view, it's just a cheaper fuel, cheaper cost of ownership. Everything is just so far in the EV's favor. It's really, I'm surprised 7% of people want to go back. So
yeah, I mean that's obviously 7% have had a bad experience or some reason, but it's the no servicing, fuel's almost nothing. There's just no comparison, and that's why it really struggles to understand why people go to hybrids, because you're getting a much more complicated piece of machinery that's got a battery drivetrain plus a engine and all the rest of it, and you're just doubling the amount of work and doubling the amount of servicing you need to do.
Yeah, I have actually been looking at hybrids as a technology, and it's pretty fascinating the way they work. They don't actually have a gearbox anymore. So it's just the electric motor is basically a glorified starter motor. So it's a bigger starter motor, and that's what gives it the extra power. And it's quite simple, but at the same time, we still got those internal combustion engines. Still a lot of moving parts. So I think we're on the right road when it comes to.
I mean, they certainly filled a spot in the early days before full battery electric vehicles were really at the stage where they were viable, and Toyota really had the lead there. They really started taking a lead in the whole hybrid and moving into EVs, but they seem to drop the ball very badly.
Yeah, so if we're talking about hybrids, it's pretty interesting. Toyota have announced that they're going to use the BYD drivetrain for their future hybrids. So I don't know if that's all the world, but in China they are, but I'm not sure about everywhere else. So that's a sign they're giving in. I think they just don't want to do any investment in there. I've noticed that the ICE cars have pretty much put all their investments on hold in new engine designs and things like that. So they know it's coming. So I guess they just.
I mean, that's how I've sort of seen these legacy companies that have really sort of fallen so far behind. The only way they're going to survive is by licensing from BYD or Tesla, or one of those two really is the only two that can really do it profitably. So that's a good sign. I hadn't heard that. So that's Toyota may end up licensing the full EV platform as well. Would make sense, because there's no way they'll catch up now. I mean,
no. It's just they've failed to invest for probably 10 years, and they had the opportunity. Even Nissan with the Nissan Leaf, they could have done so much with that car because they were first in. They could have had them. They could have had the market. They could have been in a similar position to Tesla, but they just missed the market.
Yeah, it's funny. The whole Japanese industry seems to have really just taken the wrong bet, I guess, and stuck with it rather than pivoting back and saying, okay, well, wrong, let's get back into it.
So Jules, in 5 years' time, how many brands do you think there'll still be around when it comes to cars now? Do you think the Japanese brands will still be around?
Look, I don't see Toyota dropping off anytime soon. They've got the cash reserves and the brand loyalty there for the legacy market. They'll hang around for a while, but but I think they're going to very quickly sort of start fading away to obscurity as far as top brand.
I think we're going to lose 2 or 3 big brands in the next by 2029, 20. There's like the smaller Mitsubishi, Honda. So some of those brands are not going to be around. There's no way they can stay in business.
We'll probably see some mergers and that kind of stuff first, and then see them slowly start fading away.
Yeah. I don't see too many Holdens on the road anymore. So.
No. Geely talking about hell there. Blade battery, I'm assuming talking about there. Yeah, look, there's a lot of new stuff coming out. It's going to be interesting to see. Question from Sensei. Your top 5 favourite. That's a tough one.
Renewable. Oh, YouTube is. Oh, gee, I only know the car EV people, but yeah, no, I can't. I don't really watch a lot of renewable video. Oh, okay. Yeah. So if we relate to EV as well, yeah, I think our friend Tesla Tom, he's the king of the bunch. So I do enjoy watching his YouTube, his videos and his live chat. He's pretty good with the news stories. But yeah, we got a few. I think we got, is it Zapped? Another one who's doing a weekly presentation of news. I think he's with us tonight, isn't he?
He's just had to go actually recently.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I applaud you for giving that EV content, because I've watched your show. I think there's a lot of things that come up. It's moving so fast. There's so many things every week. There's new things coming about, and yeah, I'm probably a bit of a nerd. I'm pretty interested in EVs, but I guess everyone here is.
That's it.
I think you'll catch up to Tom pretty quick. So I think
I don't have that.
But yeah. What else? Yeah, Sky Perspective. Gee, he does some fantastic. I wish I could do videos as well as he can. I'm just so jealous when I see the quality of his content. Unbelievable. Yeah, just really, really applaud. Really good effort and really great videos. Yeah. So
Ryan's Model Y is another one that does some unique stuff that's really cool.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't. Yeah. I don't really watch a lot of Tesla stuff. So
fair enough. That's understandable.
I'll search for him, because I'm not very well balanced.
He does do some generic sort of stuff too, but he does some really nice little skits and that kind of stuff, a lot of short form stuff for the TikTok type crowd and that kind of thing, getting the message out there.
Yeah, look, I think all the Aussie EV crowd's really good, and so we've seen the top 10 of all the guys out there. So it's inspired me to keep going. So
excellent. Yeah, I agree, Kev. Yeah, it's going to keep them going for quite a while. But I think I think the market share is already starting to go for any ice maker, but they'll continue to slide as they go on.
Yeah, they're sliding in China. There's not so much in Australia yet, but in China, Toyota is having a pretty tough time staying in the market. It's just, if you compare it, they were comparing the Toyota sedan, the Camry, and against the Model Y, and saying, well, they're the same price cars. Which one would you buy? No one's going to buy a Toyota Camry. The tech in there is like 5 years old. It's just terrible. The screens, it's just, it's not a nice place to be. There's no comparison as far as I'm concerned.
I just want to say thanks to everyone for watching. We've got 8 viewing at the moment. I'm going to do a little giveaway of memberships. Just give me 1 sec. Hopefully some of you guys will get one of these. Done. Excellent. Hal got one. sensor. I don't know. Okay, we've got at least one of the chat that got a membership. Congratulations, Hal. But yeah, look, please give me feedback on anything you'd like to see and that kind of stuff. I'm obviously very new to this. This is my third live stream, so I'm trying different things every week, and some things don't work and some things do work. I think last week I probably annoyed a few people by having that music playing for a little bit before the stream started. So if there's stuff that we're trying and doesn't work for you, let me know. If it does work for you, let me know as well, so we can try and improve our product and get a product that you guys really enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's good if you can have someone come on the show. So if anyone wants to join next week, we're going to have let's have someone else on the show, and yeah, it'd be good to have a second opinion about the EV industry. So I might step aside and see if someone will stand up.
It's great to have someone with a different brand loyalty as well, and not have it all just Tesla. It's like I obviously have a preference for Tesla myself, but yeah, there are other brands out there, and there are people that prefer other brands, and that's fine. I mean, it's really the EV market is really what we want to drive and really get people to experience how great they are.
Yeah, it's a bit of camaraderie. So yeah, look, and saying that, I think BYD is just about due to take over Tesla's lead in the battery EV.
Look, as long as they're both viable companies, I don't care who's in front. To be honest, it's all about getting them out there.
Those ice cars off the road. That's all. I just want to breathe clean air, and I don't want to see. I want to see petrol stations, start to disappear. So,
yeah, it's funny in Canberra because there's so many EVs in Canberra that a lot of these new suburbs, there's not many petrol stations around at all. It's good to see, and I think the buses and trucks are the next ones. It'd be great to see more of those get electrified. Nothing worse than walking down a city street and get a lung full of diesel as a truck goes by.
Yeah, it's just terrible. Like when you're eating if you're eating, I like to eat like al fresco outside, and there's a lot of streets like Balmain or somewhere like that, which is a very condensed, very condensed area. And when you get a truck or something go down, it's just spurting diesel out everywhere. It's just disgusting. I can't stand it. And then now we've got electric buses in Sydney, so they do the Balmain runs. The bus goes past, you don't smell anything. So that's a big change.
Nothing worse when you're on fresco and there's a guy with a big diesel ute sitting there just idling it next to you where you're sitting.
That's it.
Yeah, look, real big thanks, Chris, for joining on the live stream. It is great to have another person there and getting the different perspectives, and really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyone have any last? Sorry, Chris.
I just hope everybody enjoys a non-Tesla person. I don't know if I didn't get any rocks thrown at me, so that's all right.
No, you look more than welcome, and look, I really appreciate it.
No worries. If anyone's interested in any other, I do videos on basically BYD now, and I wanted to catch the Xpeng, which was at Wollongong over the weekend, but I missed out. I had too many things on. So hopefully be doing a video on that one soon. So that'd be a really exciting car.
Yeah, feel free. Make sure you drop your link in the chat there. And people, please do make sure you check out Chris's channel. Give him a subscribe, give him a like, and I'll be checking him out for sure. And,
as little YouTube channels, we would love people to subscribe to our channels because Jules has to get to 1,000, otherwise he might get kicked off. So you want to, you gotta hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, there's no point in trying to start a channel if you can't get to 1,000. So hopefully, Jules, you'll be there really soon.
We'll see. I'll keep plugging away. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely helps getting that feedback and getting those subscriptions and that kind of stuff, so that I know I'm doing the right thing. And like I say, look, I'm trying to tailor this channel to what people want. So the more you can give me the feedback on what you like, what you don't like, the better. Always open for comments. You can hit me up on X. You can hit me up on YouTube, wherever is easiest, and we'll hopefully keep going and keep getting that word out there and improving things. Anyhow, I guess it's been an hour now. We'll probably wrap this one up. We're doing another live stream on Wednesday night in place of Tom's live stream. So we'll do that at 8 p.m. Wednesday night for the next two weeks. I am traveling this Wednesday, so I may be slightly late. We'll see how we go, but I'll do my best to be there and at least have that live stream going for those that are getting the withdrawals from Tom's feed, and until he's back on in a couple of weeks' time. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining in. Really appreciate it. I'll see you Wednesday night.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.